Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're once again here with the founder and CEO of Catalyx, Jay Park. So, in the last video, Jay shared his background, his origins, and how he's pretty much been an entrepreneur all his life. He's always getting involved with this and that. I really recommend giving that video a watch, first of all. But today, we want to dive deeper into the company. So, Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome this afternoon. How about you, Mike?
Doing wonderful. Enjoying a nighttime here, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
So let's get into the Catalyx exchange. First off, what separates you from the competition?
I've been on record saying that I got involved actively and I put myself in the CEO role. And it's only been 4 months. And so I'm not going to go into the details of the reasons why, but we built something that's valuable, but we built something that's valuable that nobody really knew about. So the technical parts were awesome in terms of liquidity, in terms of depth of order book. I mean, making the back end partnership so that we can offer the lowest transaction fees and the lowest spread in Canada
Hmm.
is all great features that Catalyx exchange from the competition. And so I touched upon the depth of order book and the spread and the transaction fees. But basically, one of the problems was that nobody knew about Catalyx.
Mhm.
And so my job was to fix all the small bugs that would bother the common user, that would make them bounce off of our exchange or that would just irritate them. So fixed all the small bugs and now we have most of them done. And so I think it's time that we let people know who we are. So we've started a soft marketing campaigns mostly through word of mouth and friends and families and reaching out to groups. And now we have on average between 20 and 30 new users signing up and going through the whole KYC every single day. And the feedback that we're getting is quite amazing. It's
All right.
exactly echoing what we've always thought. They said, why didn't I know about you guys before? Like compared to the other guys XYZ, you have more altcoins. You guys have better liquidity. Meaning, um, I try to place an order, a market order, and it gets filled instantly. And I try to sell my Bitcoin, and it gets filled instantly. And so it's not like just like 0.01 Bitcoin. They can do this all the way up to like 1 or 2 Bitcoin. So
Wow.
that means that, I mean, on other exchanges, when there isn't any liquidity, especially when there's a large spread already built into the exchange, when you post your coins up for sale, sometimes it takes hours or days before they can be filled.
Yeah.
So
I'd say that is a large problem, as you notice. Some of the bigger ones, they work fast and they're a little more user friendly. But some of the smaller ones that have access to more altcoins, they run into all those liquidity problems.
and
Okay.
so Canada is actually it's a unique market because we're smaller market. We're very conservative, but we're about like 3 years behind everyone in the world, and so the active native Canadian market doesn't really exist. I would say I'll go on record and say that Catalyx is Canada's native market.
All right.
Okay,
So let's talk about cyber smoke. So obviously, security is one of the biggest things people in crypto are always worried about with exchanges, right? You've had multiple exchanges getting hacked all the way back to the horror story that was Mt. Gox. So can you tell us more about how you guys protect against that?
well, cybersecurity is one of those things that you have to be very vigilant. And just because you have a great system, if you're not constantly upgrading the system, and if you're not constantly doing stress tests and always trying to find holes, I mean, hackers, I believe they'll seek out organizations that are, that have valuable assets, and they're working. You have to assume that they're working 24 hours a day
Mhm.
trying to find I guess, a hole, or trying to find a place where they can get access to those valuable assets. So, well, a person on our team is basically the architect behind. His name is Eric. He has a PhD from MIT, and his passion Well, I share a nice story. Like when he was 14, he got caught for doing illegal, I guess, hacking. So
Yeah.
like at a very very young age, he was access to computers, the internet, and so he took that passion and he turned it into, um, I guess, his life. And basically everything he consults for the FBI, he consults for very, very high level cybersecurity projects. And he has compiled all his experience and knowledge and he's put it into cyber smoke, meaning that he has, I guess, pinpointed one of the, I guess, flaws in the current cyber security architecture, whereas everybody's trying to protect the cyber entity from inside the home, meaning you're trying to stop intruders from entering. And so generally this security protocol shares the same network as the hosts that it's trying to protect.
Okay.
What we have been able to do is create a moat around our organization, meaning that we have a protective layer all around the perimeter of our entity. So when hackers try to hack, they try to enter into the security system where they think is the host, and they've only just entered our security.
Gotcha.
So even if even if they gain access and they think they've gained access, they've only just breached the security, and basically the network is not shared, so that there is no access point to our main asset. So this in and plus AI learning, meaning every successful defend that we do, um, our security system gets smarter,
Gotcha. Okay. All
right?
right.
So yeah, so that's the basis. I mean, we can go into more detail, but it's a new way that we've created that protects our cyber entity.
I see. Yeah, and it's interesting, as you had said, like he has been involved with hacking for years, so it's kind of like a catch me if you can story where he turned and took that information and that knowledge and applied it towards actually working to help people. And
Yes.
it's really unfortunate that the hacking, yes, as you had said, they're working 24/7, so it stays like almost this cat and mouse game. So it's
Right.
interesting that you guys have built a system to where it kind of negates all of that and have AI learning so that you can actually learn from past things and apply it to your system. All right, Jay. So then how does the platform generate revenue for the company?
Well, revenue for the company, like I prefaced before that we were the best. We are the best platform, I believe, in Canada that nobody knows or that nobody knew before a couple months ago. The number of users were not that great, and we were not breaking even in terms of generating, I guess, net positive cash flow and profits and revenues versus our expenses every single month. I'm happy to say over the last 2 months, I think with the help of a lot of with the help of the drive of the market for Bitcoin and Ethereum, that we have had many people sign up, and it's in you know, like I told you, it's in 20 to 30 people per day, and these drive also deposits, and also drives trading volume, organic trading volume, not just market making in the background, making it a net, like you making volume but no profits off the transactions. And so we have grown over 20-fold over the
Wow.
last, yeah, over the last 2 months, and so now we're cash flow positive. Um,
Nice.
we are nowhere where we want to be, but in terms of the direction that we're going, we believe that if we've solved the problem for one person, if we can help one person have a great experience and also make money and enjoy working our platform, that the months ahead are very I guess, are looking very good to us. So the revenues, trading volumes, there's nothing that we can call home and tell mom about at this moment. But I want to say this, and it's a story that that somebody shared with me. They said some of the team members or investors, they called me up and said, "Did you hear that exchange they made their they did a radio ad, or they did a TV ad, or a newspaper ad, or whatnot?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I heard it too, but I want everybody to go and experience everyone else's platform, and then after they've experienced this someone else's platform, and they come to us, they're gonna have this I'm home moment, meaning all those things that I wish I had in a platform, I have here." So I'm not playing that get rich like in a few months game. I'm all the businesses that I'm involved with and built is all based off of the product. And if I have a top quality product, and if I'm offering features and benefits that no one else has integrated yet, and people come to me, they can't go anywhere else after that. It's kind of like driving um, a Mercedes or a BMW after driving like a GM, or I'm not I like GM, but it's not a Mercedes. Everyone attains you either you're either driving a Mercedes or a BMW, or you always want to be, right? So it stands for quality, it stands for performance. So um, I say let everybody experience everyone else, and then come to us, and then they'll feel that they can't go anywhere else. So you started with revenue, but I'm talking in terms of value, and I'm saying that I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and that every month that passes, I'm going to win customers that are coming over my platform. And 6 months later, 12 months later, we'll be in a place where we haven't even dreamed that we could go.
Yeah, I think timing was really good. The market finally picked back up really hard, so it's like you guys are striking while the iron is hot now. It's
Exactly.
really good timing, and you guys got more and more people signing up every day. Look, things look positive for the future. Just keeping at it. So then, I guess one of the biggest elephants in the room is talking about this Lightlink acquisition. How did this
Yes.
start in the first place?
Well, let me try to think. Well, in October, which is about 4 or 5 months ago now, um, Bitcoin started to go on its run, and so everyone's all of a sudden the forgotten about, like blockchain, public companies and mining companies suddenly all woke up and
Yes.
saying we can make some money, we can make some money. So got a ton of phone calls and of companies just wanting to plug us into their shell or their company, and I interviewed and spent time with a lot of people, and I just got a really good vibe. I got a really good vibe from the Lightlink team. Um, they were all business owners, and they were all operators, and I felt that not only, like, I don't have a problem. Um, I don't have a problem with other people making money off of me,
Mhm.
but I do have a problem when I'm feeling that I'm getting like the short end of the stick. Or I really felt that the Lightlink group would have really great synergy with our group, and they really listened to our needs, and they also told me how I could participate in helping the Lightlink um, company really be successful. And so I just felt this really good vibe, great synergies. These people were not here just to make a quick buck. They were here for long time value, long time growth, and it was really easy to decide, because they made it really equitable for everybody.
Good. And one of the things I always like to say when it comes to anything related to business is what causes good business is two people benefiting from a deal, right? That's what
Yes.
causes long-term sustainable business. So then, now that you're working with them, what doors do you think that opens for you guys?
Wow. I never thought that working with a public company and with these types of people, like this was my suspicion that we would work really well, but it's like this constant, like, hey, what about this? Like, this is what I did today, and why don't you go and in this introduction? And it's not just one way. It's if they give us something, our team is very very quick to implement that and execute that and
Mhm.
to get results. And whenever we ask for support or ask for some advice or ask if we can do this, the Lightlink team is very very nimble as well in terms of making that happen. So it's just really great dialogue and conversation. It's like having a great running partner. It's just, we're running at the same pace and we are going in the same direction.
Wonderful, man. That was really well said. So then, is there anything else you want to squeeze in about the exchange before we sign off today?
Well, we've created a sub brand of Catalyx, which is called Fastbit Cash, which we're just about to launch in the next few weeks coming up. And so when I saw the landscape of now baby boomers um, curious and wondering, because these are the same people that said cryptocurrency is a scam. See, you guys, all you fools, lost your money. Like, how can like you store money in a digital form? What if you get hacked? But like, the same thing about fiat currency and banks is that, like, basically your mortgage and your balance in a bank's basic statement is it's just a number in a server, right? So it's pretty much the same. But these boomers now want a piece of the action. So they want to own Bitcoin. And I kept getting that feeling. And so we created a product that is so easy to use that if you want to own your first Bitcoin, you can physically do the sign up plus purchasing of your Bitcoin in 60 seconds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And so when you've never owned Bitcoin before, you don't go out and buy $100,000 worth or even one Bitcoin worth. You really want like maybe two, three, four, $500 worth. And and in Canada, I saw stats late last year that said only 6% of the Canadian population owned Bitcoin.
hmm,
That made me think, wow, then what about the 94%
yeah.
coming up in the next years? So I wanted to make the first purchasing experience so easy to do, remove all obstacles and hurdles. And so when that happens, you can now graduate with the same account to the mothership, meaning you can, with your same credentials, you can sign in at Catalyx and now do your first trades. Because a trading platform, if you're not used to trading stocks or forex, then it's quite, I guess, quite intimidating. So we wanted to make this first interface, this first experience, very very friendly.
All right. Well, I look forward to doing more about that. We can shoot a whole video on it here in the next couple of weeks as things get released. Thank you for your time, Jay.
Perfect.
Thank you everybody for watching. Don't be afraid to like, subscribe, join the conversation. Jay, have a wonderful day.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Bye bye.